Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Once upon a time there were 3 bears who lived together in a house of their own in a wood. One of them was Baby Bear, and one was Mama Bear, and the other was Papa Bear. They had each a bowl of porridge, a little bowl for Baby Bear, a medium-sized bowl for Mama Bear, and a great big bowl for Papa Bear. And they each had a chair to sit in, a little chair for Baby Bear, a medium chair for Mama Bear, and a great big chair for Papa Bear. And they had each a bed to sleep in, a little bed for Baby Bear, a medium bed for Mama Bear, and a great big bed for Papa Bear. One day, after they had made their porridge for breakfast and poured it into their bowls, they walked out into the wood while the porridge was cooling, that they may not burn their mouths by beginning too soon, for they were polite, well-brought-up bears. And while they were away, a little girl called Goldilocks, who lived at the other side of the wood, had been sent on an errand by her mother, passed by the house and looked into the window, and then she peeped in the keyhole, for she was not well brought up little girl. Then seeing no one was at home in the house, she lifted the latch. The door was not fastened, because the bears were good bears who did nobody any harm. They never suspected that anybody would harm them. So Goldilocks opened the door and went in, and, well pleased as she was with the porridge on the table, if she had been a well brought up little girl, she would have waited till the bears came home, and then perhaps they would have asked her to breakfast, for they were good bears, a little rough or so, but for all that very good-natured. But she was an imprudent, rude little girl, so she set about helping herself. First she tasted porridge of Papa Bear, and that was too hot for her. Next she tasted the porridge of Mama Bear, but that was too cold for her. And then she tasted the porridge of Baby Bear, and tasted it, and tasted it, and tasted it, and that was neither too hot nor cold, but just right. And she liked it so well she ate it all up, every bit. Then Goldilocks, who was tired, for she had been catching butterflies instead of running on her errand, sat down in the chair of Papa Bear, but that was too hard for her. And then she sat down on the chair of Mama Bear, and that was too soft for her. But when she sat down on the chair of Baby Bear, that was neither too hard nor too soft, but just right. So she seated herself in it, and there she sat until the bottom of the chair came out, and down she came, plump upon the ground, and that made her very cross, for she was a bad-tempered little girl. Now, being determined to rest, Goldilocks went upstairs into the bedroom in which the 3 bears slept. At first she lay down upon the bed of Papa Bear, but that was too hard for her. And next she lay down on the bed of Mama Bear, but that was too fluffy for her. And then she lay down upon the bed of Baby Bear, and that was neither too hard or fluffy, but just right. So she covered herself up comfortably and lay there till she fell fast asleep. By this time, the 3 bears thought their porridge would be cool enough for them to eat it properly, so they came home to breakfast. Now careless Goldilocks had left the spoon of Papa Bear standing in his porridge.
"Somebody has been at my porridge,"
said Papa Bear in his great, rough, gruff voice. Then Mama Bear looked at her porridge and saw the spoon was standing in it too.
"Somebody has been at my porridge,"
said Mama Bear in a middle-sized voice. Then the Baby Bear looked at his, and there was a spoon in the porridge bowl, but the porridge was all gone.
"Somebody has been at my porridge and has eaten it all up,"
said Baby Bear in his wee little voice. Upon this, the 3 bears, seeing that someone had entered their house and eaten up Baby Bear's breakfast, began to look about them. Now the careless Goldilocks had not put the hard cushion straight when she rose from the chair of Papa Bear.
"Somebody has been sitting in my chair,"
said Papa Bear in his great, rough, gruff voice. And careless Goldilocks had dumped down the soft cushion of Mama Bear's chair.
"Somebody has been sitting in my chair,"
said Mama Bear in her middle-sized voice.
"Someone has been sitting in my chair and has broke the bottom through,"
said the Baby Bear in his little wee voice. Then the three bears thought they had better make further search in case it was a burglar, so they went upstairs to their bedroom. Now Goldilocks had pulled a pillow off Papa Bear's bed.
"Someone has been lying in my bed,"
said Papa Bear in his great, rough, gruff voice, and Goldilocks had pulled a blanket off Mama Bear's bed. "Someone has been lying in my bed," said Mama Bear in her middle-sized voice. But when Baby Bear came to look at his bed, there was the blanket in its place, and the pillow was in its place upon the bed, and upon the pillow there was Goldilocks' yellow head, which was not in its place, for she had no business there.
"Someone has been lying in my bed, and here they are,"
said the baby bear in his little wee voice. Now Goldilocks had heard in her sleep the great rough, gruff voice of Papa Bear, but she was so fast asleep that it was no more to her than a roaring of the wind, or the rumbling of thunder. And she had heard the middle-sized voice of Mama Bear, but it was only as if she heard someone speaking in a dream. But when she heard the little wee voice of Baby Bear, it was so sharp, so shrill, that it awakened her at once. Up she started. When she saw the three bears on one side of the bed, she tumbled herself out of the other, and ran to the window. Now the window was open, because the bears, like good tidy bears, as they were, always opened their bedroom window when they got up in the morning. With 2 quick steps, Papa Bear was at Goldilocks' side and grabbed her by the neck. Roaring in her face, he said,
"So, you're the one who broke into our house, ate our food, broke our furniture, and finally messed up our beds."
Before Goldilocks could even reply, Papa Bear flung her out the open window. Luckily for everyone, Papa Bear had raked leaves the day before, and there was a giant pile on the ground below the window. Goldilocks fell right on top of that soft, warm pile of leaves. She was still tired, and the leaves were soft and warm, so she snuggled down and went to sleep. The bears were tired too. After this long and eventful day, they went to bed also. The next morning, Papa Bear told Mama Bear and Baby Bear to go search in the pile of the leaves for Goldilocks. They searched and searched, but could not find a trace of her. Papa Bear asked,
"Did you find her?"
They replied they hadn't.
"Oh well,"
Papa Bear said,
"I guess we'll just have to have porridge for breakfast again this morning."
The end.